guys. She's Sam.
She's Uche, and you're you.
So today we're gonna talk about a few things. We're gonna talk about what we did this past 2 weekends or weekend. We're gonna talk about how we met, who we are, what we do,
why we started this channel in the first place,
and yes. But first of all, let us show you what we did this weekend.
Roll the tape. So this weekend my mom was down, and we went and walked around downtown St. Catharines where we live. We went down some places that I personally never been down. Have you been down?
No, not really.
We took a lot of pictures. Well, Uche took pictures.
So we're just gonna jump right into it to talk about
why we started the channel.
So about, I think a year or two ago, I've been wanting to start a YouTube channel because I'm an actor or aspiring actor or whatever, and I sing and I dance, and so I was gonna start a YouTube channel for my singing and dancing because it's a good way to sort of like build a portfolio for yourselves, and it's also a good way for like producers and directors
to get out there.
Yeah, to find you online if you ever need to see like the work that you're technically doing. And so I was gonna do one, but then I chickened out, and so this summer I messaged her, and I was like, oh, like I have this idea that we should start a YouTube channel, like we've known each other like long enough, and like we're best friends, so like it would be cool to sort of like show the world who we are, I guess.
So basically the whole time she's talking about doing it, and I'm like over in my room, Kayla, she's Nigerian, I'm like, can I help? And I'm just like sitting there like reading what she's writing. She was like, so do you want to do it? And I was like, oh thank God. Like, I thought I was gonna be like, can I do it?
Yeah, so she was
like, no, I meant like,
she was waiting for me to ask her, and then I mean, I guess like everything just sort of fell into place, and we just started like planning it in terms of like our ideas on what we want to do with it. I think like the first things that we talked about was like the name. I think that
was like a month.
It
like
was
the entire August. That was all we talked about.
And like we came up with like a bunch of different things. We came up with like weird words combined together, or names combined together.
Yeah, it was like Suche.
And like it was sort of like a creative way for us to, I guess, like put our ideas out there, and put, like our thoughts and opinions out and everything. So like that's why we basically started the channel. Yeah. We met in my second year and her first year of university.
In the dorms. Yeah. We were roommates. We got
so like I stayed in the dorms in second year as well because, well, my parents said I shouldn't. So yes, and that's how we met, and we got stuck in the basement. I remember that.
I actually liked the basement. It was cold. There was nobody down there. There was only one other person.
I kind of hated it because it was cold. That was good. And
she
loves the cold.
I love the cold.
I don't.
I hate sweating and hot.
I love the warmth.
I was like,
I really just recently told her that like the first time we met and you would always be friends, and she was just like, yeah, I didn't feel the same way.
I was like, who is this like lady telling me to fold her clothes for her? Like,
okay, you make it sound so bad, but like
bad.
She was already like moved in. She already moved in. Her bed was made. Everything was good, and I moved in later, right? So when I moved in, like my stuff was basically everywhere, and I think one of the reasons I actually told you to help me was because like I didn't want it to seem like I was like dirty, right? I didn't want you to think that I was like disorganized. Yeah, and I had a lot of stuff, and I didn't want it to think like she was disorganized. So I was like, hey, like what is a good way to bond with this?
I'm pretty sure like person? When you were unpacking, I was like, can I try this on? Like, this is so cute.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and then I told you like I think it was like the ultimatum, like if you were gonna try it on, you're gonna help me out that.
Yeah.
And that's how we started.
Like,
I remember like our dorm mistress, whatever,
advisor.
Yeah, she would just like she would always like invite us to like the dorm things that are happening, and like I'm pretty sure like one day I don't think Sam was there, but I think I was there with somebody else, and she was like, oh, so you guys like are you and Sam going to be coming to the dorm thing? And I literally looked her square in the face, and I was just like, no, we're never going to come to.
Meanwhile, whenever she asked me, I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, that's how we basically met, and yeah.
So I'm in media and communications. Basically, when I get older, I want to be like a TV producer or something like that. So we mesh pretty well because she wants to be an actor. She's in dramatic arts. I want to do TV producing. So our futures kind of like coincide.
I knew that like this was my calling because like after high school I was sort of being like, oh, like what am I gonna go into? And I know I was obviously good at singing and dancing, like I really didn't see like a career path. I didn't like picture myself like in 20 years and 30 years being like, oh, like I would be singing. It was just never like a thing that occurred to me. And I think it was at that time that like dramatic arts like sort of came into my life. It was sort of kind of like a miracle when you don't know what to do and it just like doors open. I took like a couple of dramatic classes in like high school, and after that I was kind of like, I told my parents, I was like, that's what I want to do. Like,
that's what happened to me in high school. I took like a media course and I was like in love with it. And the professor, well, I guess he was a teacher, not a professor, was like super hot, and I just fell in love. Shout out.
And the dramatic arts like community here at Rock, it's pretty good. There are not a lot of like, what's the word? Like, it's not very like inclusive. Like, of course, like I mean inclusive in terms of like the shows that they do and the plays that they put on, because like a lot of them are like white-based characters that are in it. So like I think,
and they don't like, because obviously with a white-based character you could like change it if you want to.
Yeah, but they obviously
like
want to
they want
like
to
a fun thing as that. So like, you know.
Stuff.
Yeah, and like I mean I feel like partially that is because like there's not a lot of like colored people in the dramatic arts like sphere. You know what I mean?
But I still feel like when you go to audition or something, they should like look at you to count.
That's true. I'm actually on this website called Mandy.com, and it's basically like for artists and stuff like that. And like I've seen a few shows and TV shows and like short films, and it's just like, oh my god, we're looking for like a, I don't know, a 25-year-old Caucasian female, and it's like okay, obviously I can't audition for that because clearly I'm not a 25-year-old Caucasian woman. So like,
yeah, she's not 25.
I'm not, but that's not the point. So yes, that's basically a little bit about like us and what we do.
We don't have a lot in common, to be completely honest. We watch some of the same shows, like Color Minds, Riverdale. Wasn't there one more? No. Friends. She watched Friends and then dragged me into it.
Riverdale. But it's like going,
you know, the same plot over and over.
You know.
Get Uche in there.
Riverdale people, hire me. I don't want to be some like extra or anything. I want to be the next
killer.
Camilla Mendes. I want to be the next one. You know how like she came into the show and it's like a new mystery arrived. I want to be the newest mystery. That's what I want.
So
like,
basically, she'll be the killer at the end of the season.
Yes.
That everybody knows. You know, everybody figures it out.
I mean, shout out to like producers and directors and creators and writers that are looking for people, because I mean, we got
some ideas.
We might be new to YouTube, but we're not new to the acting and directing and producing world. You know what I mean? We're not new to that. We go to school for that, so we know our stuff. I mean, you might probably know better because like you've been doing it for a couple of years, but still. Thank you for hanging with us today and for listening to us like ramble on and on about ourselves. She's Sam.
She's Uche.
And you're you. Thank you for watching. Bye.